So, did things finally go too far? A new video has just hit the internet, and it's sending shockwaves through the entire community. What you see in that clip isn't just another celebrity disagreement. It's a deeply personal crisis playing out for the entire world to watch. The evening had started like any other major event. The city was buzzing, the arena lights were blinding, and thousands of excited fans gathered, hoping for a memorable night. The air was filled with that familiar pre-show energy. But instead of a celebration, the night twisted into something entirely different. A scene of pure, unfiltered turmoil. At the heart of it all were Tiny and Shekinah. The footage, now spreading faster than anyone could have imagined, shows a confrontation that feels both intensely private and painfully public. You can see Shekinah, her face pale and eyes wide, looking completely overwhelmed. Then there's Tiny, whose expression shifts from stern to something much more raw and pained. The yelling starts, words are exchanged that can't be taken back, and the situation spirals in a matter of seconds. The most distressing part? Shekinah is pregnant. Amid the screaming and the flash of camera phones, the scene turns from a heated argument into a potential medical emergency. She was quickly escorted away from the chaos and rushed to the hospital, leaving a crowd of stunned onlookers and a digital firestorm in her wake. Naturally, the internet has become its own kind of arena. Social media platforms are flooded with reactions. Hashtags are trending, comments are piling up by the millions, and everyone seems to have a theory. Was this a long-simmering plan that finally came to a head, or was it a sudden emotional eruption from people pushed past their breaking point? The public is divided, with some people taking Tiny's side, others defending Shekinah, and everyone feeling the weight of what they've just witnessed. To understand how we got here, you have to look at the context. This wasn't an isolated incident. Friends and insiders suggest that tension has been building for weeks, maybe even months. Shekinah, who is expecting a child with Tay, has reportedly been navigating a difficult and very public relationship, complicated by rumors and private matters becoming public knowledge. Tiny, who is married to Tay, has been facing her own struggles, dealing with the humiliation and insecurity that comes with having your personal life dissected online. It was a pressure cooker of jealousy, hurt, and pride, and last night the lid blew off. The human cost of this is the hardest part to watch. In the leaked clips, you see more than just two celebrities fighting. You see genuine human suffering. Shekinah's tears aren't for the cameras. They seem to come from a place of deep fear and betrayal. The way she trembles, clutching at her stomach, speaks to a vulnerability that feels almost too private to observe. On the other side, Tiny's anger seems to mask a profound hurt. It's the look of someone who feels cornered and heartbroken. This raw display of emotion is why viewers are so captivated, and why so many are reporting that they found themselves upset after watching. It's not just drama. It feels like a tragedy unfolding in real time. Then come the whispers, the background noise that makes everything more complicated. Anonymous sources hint at secret phone calls, hidden messages, and betrayals that go deeper than anyone knew. People are questioning T's role in all of this. Where was he? Could he have stepped in and calmed the situation? Others are wondering if Shekinah's pregnancy made the entire confrontation more volatile, raising the stakes far beyond a simple argument. In the aftermath, the scene was haunting. Fans who had come for a night of music were instead leaving in silence or in tears, huddled together in disbelief. News vans lined the streets, and reporters scrambled to get any piece of information, no matter how small. Every frame of the viral video is being analyzed, every gesture and expression turned into evidence for one theory or another. This incident forces us to confront some uncomfortable truths about fame and humanity. It's a stark reminder of what happens when intense personal struggles are forced into the blinding light of public scrutiny. For Shekinah, it's the terror of being exposed and vulnerable during what should be a protected and joyful time. For Tiny, it's the agony of a private heartbreak becoming a public spectacle. They've become symbols in a story that touches on universal fears. The pain of betrayal, the sting of humiliation, and the fragility of our emotions when we're pushed to the limit. As the ambulance doors closed, taking Shekinah away from the noise and the crowd, a strange quiet fell. But the silence was deceptive. The real storm, the one made of headlines, comments, and endless speculation, was just beginning. And for the millions of us watching from home, it's a sobering lesson in the very real human cost of a life lived in the spotlight. This is more than a scandal. It's a heartbreaking situation that will likely leave marks on everyone involved long after the trending topics have changed. The whole situation is just heartbreaking. It's clear that Tiny was acting from a place of deep hurt, feeling betrayed and humiliated. When you mix that kind of pain with pride and jealousy, it creates a perfect storm. The result was a scene of pure, raw tragedy that has left everyone watching feeling stunned and emotional. This isn't just another celebrity news story. It feels like it has left a permanent mark. People everywhere are glued to their screens, watching the same short clips over and over, analyzing every look and whispered word. They just can't look away. The powerful combination of Shekinah's visible fear, Tiny's explosive anger, and the complicated role of Tay has created a story that is both intensely compelling and deeply sad. It serves as a stark warning about the heavy emotional price of fame, how easily trust can be broken, and the devastating fallout when private feelings explode in front of the whole world. Inside the hospital, the scene was a world away from the outside chaos. Shekinah lay in a quiet room, connected to machines with their steady beeping rhythm. Her face, pale and stained with tears, told the whole story of a truly horrific night. Those close to her say she kept whispering T's name, a soft plea for safety and support in a moment where she felt completely alone. Her pregnancy made every moment feel even more fragile, a tense balance between sheer fear and the will to get through it. People watching the leaked footage at home could feel every shiver and sob, as if they were right there in the room with her. At the same time, Tiny's life was falling apart just as dramatically. People close to her suggest she never meant for the confrontation to get so out of hand. What started as anger quickly snowballed into a public disaster that everyone now feels entitled to judge. Her social media accounts were inundated. Some messages offered support, but many were filled with harsh criticism. She was trapped, trying to defend her own feelings while knowing that her actions contributed to another person being rushed to the hospital. The guilt, mixed with her own rage and sadness, paints a picture of a woman whose emotions spun into a tragedy that now seems, looking back, almost inevitable. Online, fans are locked in endless debate. Was Tiny's fury understandable, or did she go too far, crossing a line that can't be uncrossed? The viral video is relentless. Every frame of shaken terror and vulnerability is picked apart. Viewers are left breathless, struggling to comprehend how much fear one person can display under such pressure. This was far more than a simple argument between famous people. It was a display of the most raw human emotion, put on display for the world to pick apart. To make things even more complicated, rumors about T's part in all of this began to swirl. Some say he was nowhere to be found when he was needed most, while others claim he tried to calm things down before it all blew up. His role as the father of Shekinah's unborn child raised the stakes immeasurably, making the situation feel heavier than any typical celebrity gossip. Every tear and every whispered word became a new point for speculation, feeding a story that was quickly blowing up into a major scandal. This has become more than just entertainment. It's a real-life tragedy unfolding in real time for millions. Each person watching is caught between feeling deep empathy and pure shock. The emotional toll on everyone involved is immense, and as the night dragged on, insiders warned that this story was nowhere near its end. With T's involvement, Shekinah's pregnancy, and Tiny's escalating turmoil, the world can only watch and wait to see what heartbreaking chapter comes next.